Oh, hi there. I'm Lena Miculek, and I'm gonna finally get an opportunity to help you guys out by reviewing the videos that you submitted for that. I set out a challenge quite a few months back. You guys have been out at the range, working hard, and now I'm excited to see all that hard work and hopefully help you improve.
Brought to you by Shooters Global. We created the advanced training system and next-gen shot timers to help you progress faster.
First up, we have Ariel. So she submitted her drills. I've watched it through quite a few times, but let's watch it just one more time to see if there's anything else I might be able to pick up on. Pretty solid bill drill after the first shot. And now we're gonna move on to our 2, 2, and 2 across 3 targets. All right. So let's hop right into it. The goal of this drill is that you establish your goal time with your first run of 6 shots on 1 target. That helps set up a cadence that we hope to maintain and a speed that we hope to maintain transitioning over 3 targets. So my goal is always to imagine if someone was just listening to the shots, they wouldn't be able to tell if I was shooting 1 target with 6 rounds or 3 targets with 2 rounds on each, because it would sound the exact same. I would be losing no time on transitions. So let's dive into Ariel's run here on her bill drill. I really liked her last 5 rounds, but her first one, there was a big jump in time between her first and her second shot. And I think it's all because, Ariel, you gotta be a little bit more prepared for recoil. I see that your feet are almost on a line, like toes on a line. So you're losing a lot of your recoil management abilities with such a narrow stance. And the only way you could get away with such a narrow stance would be to really tense up your body to be prepared for recoil. So when we watch your video, we can see that there's that first shot. It kind of moves you, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta get ready for recoil. Like, look, then you get into it and you lay down an awesome next 5 rounds. So let's make sure before we start our bill drill that we have our body tension, that fight for the recoil before we fire our first shot and throughout all of them. But nice work on your last 5. Now we're gonna move on to your 2, 2, and 2 going across. Our goal is the same time. You laid down a 233, and that drill was a 277. And if we did the old eyes closed test and I listened to your cadence, I would very distinctly be able to tell that you're shooting 3 targets. So what can we do to improve that? Well, let's see, 22s, 24s. Yep. So on your transition drill, your splits here are 21, a transition of a 52, a 21 split, a transition of a 51. So very consistent in your times. Whereas with your build drill, you were laying down a 21, a 24, a 22, a 21. So to start to improve that transition drill, I would ask you to actually slow down your overall splits. Let's look for something at like the 1-3 range. That way it's a little bit more manageable when we go to the multiple targets to try and replicate the times. Here we're working with that cadence, we're working on being aggressive. So we'll slow our build drill down just micro amounts. And then we're gonna take that new time, and when we go to our multiple targets, we're gonna push super hard on our transitions, making sure our gun's not settling back on that target that we fired after the second shot, and whipping it over to the next one. And having shot a slightly slower build drill time, that'll start to help you figure out the cadences. As soon as you get those cadences locked in, I want you to go back to that more aggressive speed that you are capable of. So, what are your overall tips? Real quick recap. I need you to be more aggressive for recoil management before you start shooting. Maybe stagger those feet, but most importantly, really prepare for it before you start shooting. And then when you move over to your multiple targets, we're gonna move more aggressively in between them. We're gonna not shoot slower, but we're gonna move way faster. Got it? All right, I can't wait to see your improvements with that. Next up, we have, forgive me for my pronunciation, Rasmus. Fancy name. And we have, of course, the same drill. So let's start off with your build drill and see what we're working with here. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. That looks super solid. So we're going to review the splits here. We can see that they're very consistent. We have a 19, 18, 19, 20, and a 19. So fantastic job on consistency. I liked that a lot. So now let's see if you can take that overall time, that 2.04, and apply it to all of your 3 targets. Let's see. Ooh. Let's look at it one more time. Nice. Oh, look at you go. So let's review. You have a total time of a 2:06, almost exactly the same as your previous run. Fantastic work. You've got a 17, a 25, a 15, working it, working it. I love the overall time. I love the consistency. What was the one that, wait, one thing popped into my head when I was watching it. Let me see let me see. Nice. On this drill in particular, just congratulations. You've been hustling and it paid off. One just note on your overall body position and something for you to play around with is you, from this angle in particular, look like you are standing extremely upright, which has a lot of benefits, but it looks like your legs are almost like locked. It looks like you're not prepared to go anywhere. And once again, I love this shooting. So I'd love to see you have this ability, but in a body position and stance that would set you up to be able to do more in the future. You know, like this would be probably pretty difficult to move in and out of with your body positioning. So maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little tiny bit of a lean forward. But man, as far as just straight up you and gun interaction, fantastic job. Fantastic. I love it. You've obviously been shooting a lot and using your timer. Now we've got D'Angelo. Looks like you're somewhere pretty sunny and deserty. Let's see what you got going on. Let's watch this build drill. Man, when we talk about consistency, that sounded beautiful. What I love about this is that it's a perfect example of consistency and not just for speed. You know, like everybody's got their own top bar, their own performance, and you did splendidly here. We can see our splits are a 29, a 30, a 30, and a 30. Come on, beautiful work. Okay, now let's see how you transition over to the 3 targets. Ooh, very nice. Let me watch it one more time through. Very nice, very nice. So you let me know too in your description that you only had 1 Charlie. So fantastic work on your accuracy and you're playing well within your capabilities. So first off, congratulations. You're doing awesome. And I love that you delivered a wonderful performance here. Now let's talk about how can we make both of them better, because at this pace, I don't got anything to tell you. So let's talk about going faster, because that's cool. Let's see. Let's watch his build drill. Fantastic. One more time. Beautiful work. I loved your build drill. So let's take a look here one more time. Beautiful. All right. So next time you do this drill, I want your goal to be to have splits between the 0.2 to the 0.25. Ooh, getting fast, because at that 2.3 range, you are totally in control. So now, guess what? Don't ever do it again. Gotta graduate on up. And at that 0.2 to 0.25 range, we're gonna start to see our accuracy start to get wild. But I just want you to stay there for a few hundred rounds, because with the skill set that you've demoed here, that will soon become your new standard. So let's start to look for our bill drill goal being, you know, right around the 2 range, 2.3, and then moving that back over to those multiple targets. Now, when you get to the multiple targets at a speed that is challenging to you, it looks like from this angle, you are doing a little bit of an in-between on your gun movement. And what I mean by that is, like, we're aspiring that if you imagine that you're the target, ready? We're gonna go bang, and then on our second shot, we want the recoil to carry us in transition over to our next target instead of bang, and then directly over. You look like you're doing something a little bit in between, and I'd love for you to really utilize that up in recoil and the motion to get you going more aggressively. So speed up a little bit on your bill drill, and then when you go over to your multiple targets, I want you to really focus on not letting your gun settle back on target after your second shot. But all in all, you've been doing some great work, and I'd be really proud of this right here. All right, we've got JD here who submitted the drill shooting a PCC. Let's spice it up. Let's take a look at it. Nice bill drill, super solid, consistent. We can see that his splits are between 18 and 20. Fantastic. What was that first shot? Let's take a look. And a first shot of a 63 from low ready. All right, so the standard has been set. The bar is there. Now let's listen and watch to see how this goes. All right, JD, both of your times were extremely close, but what I'd love for you to do, because PCC is such a crazy speed sport, is that I would really like you to focus on your transition speeds. We can see that from the first run to the second run, you gained a lot of time just on your first shot, which is awesome because you've got a really quick one. But I really would like us evening out our transitions and our split just a little bit. But nicely done on our 14 split, getting spicy, and not even on the bill drill. So, like, I like that. I like that a lot. That's fun. But the whole goal with making it sound like it's only one target opposed to the 3 is because that is just an identifier that we're not wasting time in between the target, and we're not looking to get on target so we can actually shoot faster. We want to get on target so we can establish our sight and just have more time on target. So I don't want you to strive for a faster overall time, but I do want you to strive for more aggressive transitions. And with carbine, it can be difficult because there is so much more to swing around. So I really want you to find that transition speed from your hips and your knees, making sure not to just push the gun, getting your body out of alignment. So really push from those knees, those hips, and whip to that next target. But all in all, you're doing pretty great, and you got a snazzy orange gun, so that's really fun. You get some bonus points. Lastly, we're gonna take a look at all Lolo here and see what he's got going on. So let's start off with that bill drill. Very nice, very nice. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of it. Let's me watch that one more time through. Nice, okay. Got 2 things for you. One, you have a whole lot of movement of your entire body when you go for your gun, for your draw. We especially see a huge dip in your head. And one goal that we always have is that we're only trying to align one moving object at a time. And that's usually our gun to our eye when we're presenting. But for you, you're moving your head so much in your body that you actually have two objects, your eye and your gun, that are having to align. So if you want to work on that first shot, I'd really strive to set your face in place and just move your arms. A great way to do that is to find your perfect shooting stance, get your gun, get up on target, and then do not move from there and reholster. So that way when the buzzer goes off, you only have that one moving object to align. So first shot, I think that'll help there. And then when we get to our multiple targets, pretty solid, but you have a bit of a hesitation between your first and your second one. And that happens a whole lot because that first target, we usually get super laser focused on it because it's the only one. It's right in front of us. We're staring at it. We're here. We're ready to go. And then once we shoot it, it's like, oh shoot, where am I going? So when you're there, I still want you to be target focused. I still want you to find your spot on there, but I'd love for you to become more aware with your peripheral vision of the rest of your targets, because those other two are just a few feet away. So you can really become super aware of where they are so you can more quickly get there. But all in all, pretty solid, but I'd love to see less movement in your first shot and becoming a little bit more visually aware of our entire array so that we don't have a hesitation to figure out which way we're trying to go. But nicely done. I like it. All right, that is a wrap up. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to submit your videos. And most of all, just like a big old high five, because going out there, committing your time and your bullets, those are extremely valuable, both of them. So the fact that you're out there working on yourself, working on your shooting skills, I just want to congratulate you on that, because it is an awesome pursuit and I'm proud of you. So keep it up. Good work, and I can't wait till next time to be able to help y'all out some more.